Welcome to Campaholics.
I'm Kristi.
I'm Mandy.
And I'd rather be camping.
That's right.
That's right.
Wait, then where are you going to put it?
Put what?
The rug.
Just right there.
Right there.
You're going to keep it there?
Yeah, Sasquatch is always looking out for us.
Okay.
All right. Welcome back, campers. I'm really excited today because we have another guest camper with us, but not just any guest camper. We have my son, Reece, with us. Hi, Reece.
Hello.
Thanks for
Hello.
joining us.
Yeah. Before we get started, will you draw a card for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That one.
Okay. Show me the card. All right. I'm going to remember that. We're going to come back to that later.
Okay.
Okay. So, Reece, how long have you been camping?
Since I was 9 months.
9 months.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that was his first camping trip.
Wow. Baby camper
Yeah,
to
it was so
grown camper.
When's your next trip?
Maybe in like the next month.
Yeah. Couple weeks
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, well, I have a couple camping questions for you because I want to get your perspective since we know our perspective on camping. One of my biggest questions I had for you is, what's your favorite camping food?
That's a hard one.
What if I give you a couple categories? What's your favorite camping snack, meal, and dessert?
Well, what is for my favorite meal? What is it called again? Haystacks.
Oh yeah, he loves haystacks. So haystacks is kind of like a taco salad, but
Fritos.
you crunch up Frito chips
Okay.
at the bottom, and then it's like ground beef, baked beans, cheese, lettuce, and then whatever toppings you like.
I hear about this meal you guys have. I'm going to have to do it sometime because I'm
It's
like,
good.
yeah. And I like Fritos. I'm a big Frito fan. So.
It's kind I don't know what it is about though. It's like the saltiness or what it is
Uh-huh.
good. It's good.
Wait, what kind of beans do you use? Refried?
We use Bush's baked beans.
Baked beans.
I grew up using the vegetarian one, but you can use whatever kind you like. I like the original, yeah.
Cool. And I see you cooking sometimes, like the last couple trips when you guys have your own little fire. I know you did hamburgers one time, so that was pretty cool. Is that another favorite meal that you like to have?
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I like burgers as well.
Yeah.
But one time I didn't cook a burger because the grill was too far away from the fire, and I took a bite and it was still raw.
Yeah, you don't want a raw burger.
And I almost threw up.
Do you remember when Ranger stole your hamburger?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we were camping once and Ranger snuck a little, I would say more than a bite, because she pretty much ate your whole hamburger from you. So
Like,
that,
I took a bite, I walked away, and then she took the rest.
she's like, oh, he must be done. I guess I'll clean up.
Yeah, she was waiting for her opportunity.
How do you feel about marshmallows?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So the question is, how do you like your marshmallow?
Burnt crisp.
Yeah.
Like,
Just like
no,
your mom.
No. I mean, like brown, crisp brown.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yours,
Golden brown.
Yeah.
Golden
I was like, I
brown.
like mine burnt. You take your time with yours.
Yeah.
I like
He
mine.
does it the right way.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong way. Why are we judging people here?
You know what I think we should try sometime is put a whole bunch of the mini marshmallows on like a poker stick. And wouldn't that be fun?
Like a little kebab thing.
Yeah. A marshmallow kebab. It could be fun.
I'll let you guys try that.
Okay. Oh.
What's your favorite game to play while you're out there, Reece?
Out camping?
Yeah.
Well, it depends what I have.
I know you like doing
You like riding your bike if you have your bike.
Okay, then, yeah, just like in general, riding my bike.
Shooting.
shooting,
Oh, yeah, my
RC
airsoft
car.
But oh, yeah.
Yeah, you build ramps. Pretty cool ramps are those.
Yeah, I built a ramp for Hayden's pit bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you usually find and collect something, some sort of rocks or
Sticks.
Sticks.
Oh, remember that time me and my brother made that hut thing?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was pretty cool. That took you guys like all day.
I feel like chopping is an activity because
It kind of is.
it
I
is.
like chopping.
Yeah,
I like chopping.
there's nothing like a good hatchet and a piece of wood and just go at it.
Get some aggression out.
As long as you don't chop your finger off like my brother a long time ago when
What?
he didn't chop it off, but he did nick it enough where it was bleeding pretty good. So I know. We don't want stitches.
No.
Keep that super glue close.
What's the scariest part about camping?
Probably at night when you have to use the restroom
Oh, yeah.
and you're just out there by yourself.
It's all dark.
Yeah.
Everyone's at bed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like hear weird noises?
One time, I heard some footsteps behind me, but it turns out it was just you in the tent.
It wasn't Bigfoot, it was Mom.
Big Mom.
But there's nothing like getting in your sleeping bag when it's cold, nestling in, and then not moving until the morning,
Oh,
right?
yeah. So if I'm like in my sleeping bag when it's really cold and I move my feet and I curl up into a ball when I'm asleep, I usually do curl up in a ball when I'm asleep, and I end up, when I wake up, I'm like, how did I end up like this? And then I put my feet back down and my sleeping bag is
Cold.
freezing.
Yeah.
I was like, how the top half warm and the bottom half
I
cold?
know. Something about that body heat. You gotta keep it close, keep it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something I feel like you guys have introduced me to with camping is the color packs and the campfire. So I had always heard about it before, but I had never done it. So the first time you guys did that, I was like, this is pretty cool. So I like that. Those are
The
fun.
best one, the best place to put them is on the coals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you really see the colors. Is like less flame, more coal.
Yeah. Okay. Less flame, more coal.
Yeah, I heard I got this new kind. They say it's like this ultimate flame. It's supposed to be brighter and last longer than the other one. So we'll put it to the test.
How
We'll
many
see, we'll
how
see.
many color packs have you put on at once?
I think 3 is the max.
I think that's right. And we could take
Take it to the next level.
It was a big pit. It was a pretty big pit.
it.
Was it one that I built?
I think it was. It had
No,
to.
it was in Washington.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
When it was very cold
That
and it
makes sense.
rained, I think the last day before.
Oh, yeah. I think
But-
you're right.
It was a pretty big pit, probably big as this
Yeah.
table maybe,
Okay.
but it was a pretty big pit.
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty cool when we went to Washington and had a fire on the beach. I remember having a fire one time when I was younger.
Oh yeah, we digged a hole.
I know. I was like, yeah, just dig a hole right here and have a fire. I'm like, okay.
We did that on 4th of July, and
Uh-huh.
it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you all set off some fireworks.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Release the full Karen. Was
The
that what it was
full-
called?
Full Karen and all of your little guy things that you shot off, the army
The
stuff.
tanks.
Yeah, the tanks.
Those were fun. That was
I wish they had a fighter jet where there was like a rocket at the bottom where you can set it up pointing up straight and it would just go up and then come back down, and when it landed it would go boom.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
Well, if it's a firework, you have to back up.
You have to back up.
I guess if you're doing it on the beach, not in the forest.
Yeah, but
Or it just explodes in the sky when it goes up.
I feel like that's safer. I don't
Yeah,
need it
just-
exploding on the ground when it comes past
Kristi,
me.
safety third.
You're not wrong.
Okay, you drew, what number did you draw on your card before we got started?
10 of hearts.
Okay, so 10. So I'm going to ask you a question that correlates with that number. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Oh,
Anything.
anything?
Anything.
Okay, I would probably buy a 2-story garage that I can fit like 10 cars in,
Whoa.
and I would probably buy like a couple JDM styled cars and maybe a truck or 2, and I would upgrade them.
Dang. That sounds pretty cool.
What about me?
Well, whatever's
you could ride in
left
one.
Whatever's left over, I'll give you some.
Whatever's left over, I'll give you some.
You can remember that.
Family third.
Oh!
I'll
Dun,
remember
dun,
that.
No, I was joking.
I'll remember that around somebody's birthday.
And Christmas is coming. So.
I know. Santa might be bringing me more stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna bring you more tech decks.
All right, so tell us about let's learn about you a little more. Tell us about your YouTube career that you've started.
Well, I don't really know how to explain that.
Well, what is it? It's a
Well, yeah,
a channel of what is? I'm not sure.
gaming, biking,
Okay.
mostly anything.
What's it called?
Nissan Lover 350.
Okay.
But if you can't find it like that, you can search up CAD music.
Okay. And you do like videos of gaming
Yeah,
and
I usually set up my tripod and
Okay.
play Fortnite or like this new game that I got called Riders Republic. It's pretty fun.
that's cool.
75% off right now.
Wow.
So.
That was a huge sale.
Dang.
So
Yeah, $100, but since it was 75% off, it was like 27, I think.
That's a pretty big deal.
I know, it was
Yeah.
good.
So when you do your recordings, is it just you or do you have friends like playing or doing it?
Most of the time, it's just me when I'm playing video games. But if I'm riding bikes, sometimes you can catch a kid or two in
That's
the
pretty
background.
cool. Nice. Fun. Awesome. Have you taken that to the campground?
I think, yes, I have.
Okay. All right.
I think I made like 1 or 2 videos.
Okay. So hear that, campers. You can also work while you play. So
Yeah.
yeah, double dip there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
plus you get some unique content, right?
Yeah, especially when you're camping.
My goal is 100 subscribers, and I think right now I am at like 97.
What?
I don't know. Last time I checked, I was at 97.
That is.
Last time I told you, I was at like 60 or
Yeah. And that
That's
wasn't
pretty
that long ago.
96.
Whoa.
So you only
you're
need 4
growing.
more?
Yeah.
It's a good steady rate.
Wow.
Dang.
And my views all together is 27,000.
Whoa.
and
That's
500
huge. That's huge.
So 27,500 people watch my videos.
And when did you
Okay.
start your YouTube channel?
Um,
It was like the summer, right?
yeah, I think it was last summer.
It hasn't even been a year yet.
Wow.
Or maybe it has.
About, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have 1,300 likes, 77 comments, and 33 shares.
Wow, that's
And
pretty good.
All the videos I've made all together is 408.
Whoa.
It's a lot of content to watch, folks.
Yeah. Gotta get started. Gotta get started. Never too late. That's awesome. Okay, what do you think your 3 top things you must have when you go on a camping trip?
Well, you're definitely going to want something to play with, so like a football or a bike.
Okay.
Friends, of course.
Uh-huh. That's a big
and
one.
food.
Football, friends, food. I'm seeing a theme here.
I like that.
3 F's. Because it creates fun.
Oh.
What about necessities besides food? What about do you think a tent is more priority than a sleeping bag or?
I think you should have a sleeping bag more than a tent
Yeah, I agree.
because you can definitely build like your own stick shelter.
There you go. Or you could sleep under the stars.
Yep, that too.
Yeah. Nice.
They
Awesome.
usually provide like picnic tables. You can just put like a blanket under you
Oh, yeah.
and then put the sleeping bag on top of the blanket.
That's a good idea. Roughing it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you like starting the fire, right?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite things about
Favorite
the fire.
activity. So what do you have to start your fire? And then what's your wood stacking method?
I usually for my wood stacking, I usually do like dominoes type. I mean, not dominoes.
Like the log cabin where it's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, the log
okay. Like the
cabin.
Lincoln log
Yeah,
build.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you use a lighter or matches?
Well, the few times that I couldn't find a lighter and you gave me matches, it's worked perfectly fine. But I
Okay.
prefer a lighter.
Okay. Okay. My cousin prefers a blowtorch, but
I mean, those are pretty fun too.
we used that once when the wood was all wet, and we're like, we gotta get this thing started.
Well, do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Oh, safety third.
See, I was like, it's not like a flamethrower. It could be worse.
I do have to say, Reece is really good at collecting firewood, and that wagon you brought last time was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us
we had
about-
like
Cow.
overload. We have like it flowing out. So the cart is probably like 3 feet big or like
Yeah.
about like
Yeah.
half my size.
Yeah.
It was I said like 3 feet long as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the dip inside is probably like 2 feet, so it's like a foot off the ground because of the wheels.
Yeah.
And we stacked like 3 or 4 feet on top of the wagon of wood.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 times. Me and my little cousin she hopped in it. I put a blanket under her, and it was awesome. I just pulled her around the campsite.
It
the whole
doubled as
time.
a carriage.
She looked so happy.
I know.
You guys were so cute. You're having so much fun. She was She was loving
My
it.
legs are still a little sore.
Oh, I bet, dude.
I
You were pedaling hard on that bike for days.
know. So the wagon for the win. Oh, that's
I know.
awesome.
I said that like
and
4
don't-
times.
And don't forget, I keep bringing the wagon to school.
Oh yeah.
You do?
And claims that mom said it was okay.
Where do you park it? At school?
Yeah. So it's a folding up wagon.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
I can just and it's still tied to my bike, so no one can like steal the wagon. And it's pretty hard to
awesome.
untie.
That's
It took
funny.
me like 10 minutes yesterday, right?
And put your books in the back and
Actually, I usually after school when my back hurts from playing soccer or football or whatever, and I'm like, dang, this bag is heavy. I usually just throw it in the trailer and I ride.
that's
I
a
was-
good idea.
I just think of Dennis the Menace when I
Yeah,
see a kid on a
that's
bike pulling a
totally
wagon.
The little wagon. That's awesome.
Dennis the Menace.
And I like the wagon because you know how when you're collecting firewood and big pieces are easy to grab, but all the little pieces, they
Yeah.
just fall out of your hand.
Yeah.
So you could just throw them in the wagon.
Yep.
Yep.
That's good.
And we also collected like 40, 50, no, like 200 pine cones.
Whoa.
A lot of pine
Whoa.
cones. A lot
And
of
something.
rocks. We used it for
We used it
rocks.
for
Used
rocks.
it for all.
Wow. It's multi-purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is a new item people
Oh,
should try
and-
out. Wagon.
And it can drift very good. You just need to go fast, sharp turn, and the wagon will do its own.
Oh my gosh.
Get like 4 foot length from the bike.
Dang. And what I saw you were pulling it with, was it paracord?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, every time I looked at it, I'm like, that cord hasn't snapped yet. That's pretty good.
Actually, the one my Nana gave me,
Mhm.
it did
It
snap
snapped.
because
Okay.
it got caught in the wheel and it started rubbing. I said, "Uh-oh, what's that noise?" And then boing, and my cousin's like, it detached." I was like, "Oh."
Oh.
I was like,
That's funny.
"Bummer."
But then we replaced it with some other paracord, I think, and then that seemed to hold up for
Yeah.
the rest of the trip.
Yeah,
That's
but it
pretty
gave me
cool.
one of these old ones from our old tent,
Yeah.
and I tugged on it just a tiny bit
And
to
it
knot
ripped.
It
it
did?
ripped.
It was so dry rotted, yeah. It
Oh,
just, like,
that's
broke.
funny. So good paracord is
was
a
like, it didn't
necessity.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna
Mhm.
if you have a wagon, there you go.
Bring
There
it.
Bring it.
So, Reese, if there were other kids that were maybe wanting to go camping, what would your advice be to the kids?
Bring some stuff to play with and invite a friend probably.
Okay, but what if they're like, I'm scared of sleeping out there at night?
Then
What would you say?
try to think of it as like your room. Try to like think as you're laying on your bed, just like doing whatever.
Do you usually have a light by you, like a flashlight?
Yeah, because remember, like I said earlier, I usually just go outside to use the
Yeah.
restroom really quick. But yeah, I usually have like a headlamp or just a
Okay.
tiny light by me.
And
by
that's
my
probably-
pillow.
That's probably where the solar lights could come in play too. If you have to get up at night and they're still on, then that's
Yeah.
probably helpful. So
I mean, she did buy like 2 or 3 of them.
yeah, I like those.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
Do you usually bring like one of your stuffies or a pillow or a blanket from home?
Yeah, I usually bring a pillow and a blanket,
Mhm.
but the only time I brought a stuffy, it got ruined. Basically, it was this
Ew.
like puffy, fluffy dog,
Oh, I remember him.
Brownie.
Brownie. Was Brownie brown before camping?
He was.
Or after camping?
He
Both.
just
Both.
he ended up. I don't even know what those little burrs are. They're like
Oh yes,
They're like the grass.
thorn.
yeah,
yes.
and they got
Grass
so
ones.
tangled up. I couldn't.
I know. I want to give him a haircut, and we still haven't.
That's what happened to Carrie and Chris's dog Tommy. He got all those burrows in him, and she has to pick him out of his little fur. But yeah, those are annoying. So I could see where keep it in the tent if you bring something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Yeah.
get all.
But if you bring a stuffy, try to get one that isn't have like tangly fur.
Yeah, that one kind of had long
Oh,
Yeah.
fur on it.
It's time for a haircut.
Like my cousin said, if she wanted to bring a squishmallow from one of my from my drawer, and I said, yeah, sure, grab one, and she did, and it got so dirty.
Yeah, it did. I saw that.
But I got all the dirt off before we left.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Cool. Well, Reece, thank you so much for coming on today,
Yeah.
and we can't wait to go camping with you again. You always make it tons of fun. You're a
for
good,
sure.
a good, happy camper to be
And a
with.
good helper.
Yeah,
I feel
super
like.
good
Yeah.
helper.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, follow, subscribe. Send us an email at I'd rather be camping with a K at gmail.com.
Yeah. Follow us.
Yeah.
We love,
Also follow
love to-
me.
Yeah. Follow Reece.
Follow Reece. All right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.